Hey listener, we hope you're having a great start to the new year. We just wanted to jump in your feed to tie up some loose ends from season 1 before we get started with season 2. If you remember, we left a quote from Anchorman and Twilight in each of the regular episodes, which are episodes 2 through 16, to give you all a chance to kind of pick out the Easter eggs, collect them, send them over to us for a chance to win a free reading. Our goal today is to let you know what those quotes were in each of the episodes since the contest is over. And I think we did it in a fun way, Renee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what we decided to do was Christine and I sat down together and we watched each other's movies in a little movie marathon. And we recorded our real-time reactions to these very entertaining films. And then we revealed the answers, all of the quotes by episode that we had included, as well as how many each of us caught in each other's movies because we did it entirely from memory, so we have scores, and then our overall impressions of each other's films. We hope you enjoy.
And we'll see you in March.
First up in our movie marathon is Twilight.
Okay, so I know we're only 42 seconds into the movie. But I need clarification. So she starts off by saying, I've never given much thought about how I was going to die.
Correct.
But dying in the place of someone I love seems whatever.
That's
right?
almost an exact quote, yes.
Okay. Does she mean dying in, like, the physical place? Like, I live in Washington and dying in that place? Or dying, like, in place of, like...
Instead of
someone else?
So you are dying rather than the person you love dying.
So she's a hero.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, they very casually and very easily co-parent. Oh, my mom wants to go travel the world, so I'm just going to go spend some time with my dad. I don't believe it.
They haven't established at all, and I don't even know if they do in the movie, why is it that the parents divorced? What is their history? Like, they definitely outline it in the books. Do I remember the details? No.
No.
Because I read the books once, and I've seen this movie 20 times.
Bella's psychic, and here's why. She looks out the window. She sees the Cullens, and she's like, who are they? Like, she got a feeling of somebody who walked in. Like, they're not even in the same room yet. She just got a feeling.
Oh, like she knew that they were of significance, and they're not even in the building yet. She just immediately got a read off of them.
Bella's psychic.
Now for the rest of the film, we'll be looking for reasons why Bella is psychic.
Oh my god, this is so dramatic. He literally looked at her like he was gonna throw up.
Yeah.
If that was me,
Do you not see that GIF everywhere?
Oh no.
Oh, people always use that clip.
Here's your stuff, okay? And I got a seat for you right here, so come over. The last one.
Oh my god!
Right there. Today we're going to be observing the behavior.
If I was in high school and I walked to sit next to my lab partner and he looked like he was gonna vomit just by looking at me, I would drop out of school immediately. Never return.
And it's our first day.
Homeschool me. I don't care. Oh my god, this poor girl.
Is that a Caesar salad with his sandwich?
It is. Wait, is that a grilled cheese?
Is that literally the dinner that we ate?
Wait, that's so weird. I have another question.
So,
His eyes are
you don't
different
like the
here?
guy?
They were
That is-
black before.
This is important that you notice
It's
this.
important. Okay.
I was sitting here going, I don't think that they made it obvious enough, but now they just cut away. So you notice, which you're supposed to notice.
It's the fluorescence.
No, that's a line. That's a line. I got 3 so far.
Yeah. You have missed one.
Oh,
There was one.
I'm not getting a free reading.
Up the mountain.
Like, do you have to pull her, or can you just like kindly?
You
Pull
need to see what I look like in the sunlight.
So uncomfortable to watch.
just get on my back.
It's a speed piggyback ride.
How long do we know Edward for?
Exactly. And he was gone. He was gone for like
a chunk of time.
several days. And then his family was gone because the weather was nice. Let's say it's been a month. How long have they talked? How often have they spoken?
4 to 5 days.
Max. They have biology together.
They know each other for 1 business week. and she already, I don't know, this is terrible.
It's a mutual obsession. That's what it is. Alice is psychic. See, I hadn't thought about this at all.
Yeah.
I love how every single line that they write for her is just like a premonition.
Yeah.
It's just so...
Wow, I can't believe how many I'm getting.
You are getting,
I'm getting way more than I thought.
We'll be able to do the math on it, get the full percentage, but yeah. There are only, for your reference, there are only 3 left.
Oh my god, that was
so
fast.
So almost all of them I got from the first half of the movie.
Oh my gosh.
And there were so many others also in the first half that were contenders to be on the list, but I couldn't make them work.
Oh my god. Why do you keep throwing her on your back?
You better hold on tight, Spider-Man.
Yes. Cannot forget that one. She does look like a little spider monk.
Do you trust me?
Nope.
Borderline 20 years out.
Yeah.
The special effects would be so much better.
So much better.
This is the only movie that's blue, because it was like a different director.
Oh, I see.
And they would have just put more, content in that like helps build this relationship.
Alright. Bring him in.
Holy shit.
You know what? Charlie is a real one.
He is! He's the best!
He's the only one who behaves in a logical, healthy manner.
Exactly! He says things he should say, and he's funny.
Oh, is she turning at this point?
Yes. So, in this mythology, all you have to do is get bit.
Yeah.
And then it's just, there's a venom that then turns you.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you had to die with the venom in
No, so in Vampire Diaries, it's you have a vampire's blood in your system. They don't have venom.
Oh, I
And
see.
then if you die, then you turn. But to solidify it, you then have to feed. So it's like a 3-step. This is you just get bit. And you have to endure the pain, and then you're turned.
I see. Wow. Oh my god, it's Amarantha. Victoria. Oh no! Victoria, we were having such a nice moment. Wait, this is the end?
It's the end. That is it. Alright. Hot takes time. What did you think?
I do agree with you that I think if the movie was made now, the graphics and stuff would be better.
Yes.
Edward's character seems so problematic.
Yes.
As a boyfriend.
Yeah, like, I don't even really remember, because I read the book so long ago.
Yeah.
And I read the whole book, within, like, the week before the movie came out.
Okay.
I haven't read the book since, so I have no idea. Like, I don't even remember what they cut out.
Yeah. I don't know, like, I liked it, and also, I'm just so concerned about, like, Bella's choice in men.
Yes.
And, like, how, like, she's going to meet a family of vampires, and she's like, what if they don't like me? I'm like, what if they eat you? Like, I don't know, there's just so many more alarming things. I don't know. Would I watch it again? Yes.
Because it is so entertaining.
It's
like, there were so many things that are funny.
A cult movie, I feel.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I definitely watch it again, though.
There's probably also funny lines in some of the other movies.
Yeah.
But we just come back to the well.
To this one.
This is just...
No, this is gold. This was made at a specific point in time.
Yes.
Where, like, everything was just awkward.
But some of that was written in. So, like, there were a lot of critiques when this movie came out, and people were like, oh, Kristen Stewart, like, she's a horrible actress. And, like, she's been in a lot of works, okay? This is the character. The character is, like, an empty shell.
Yes.
You know, and you see that especially in New Moon. Spoiler alert. When he leaves and she is without him, she is just a shell of a person.
Yes,
and she becomes an adrenaline junkie because she's just like, she has no will to live.
Yeah.
And what we don't ever see in these movies, and I don't remember if they even talked about it in the books, is, well, what was it like before?
Yeah.
We hear glimpses of it when she's talking to her mom. She's very much like Charlie in that she kind of has a very subdued personality.
Which is
and she's
fine.
not too chatty, which is okay. What were her interests?
Yeah,
like what is
yes.
she? She's very like two-dimensional.
Yes. Like he's her whole personality. And
yes.
That's alarming. But again, loved it, would watch it again. Like I watch Emily in Paris. There's not much behind it.
If they made this again, you couldn't replicate
that.
No,
you couldn't. The gold.
You couldn't replicate it. Maybe they would write it differently, so it would feel slightly less toxic.
Yeah. Yeah. And I also feel like...
I don't know.
There's the toxicity and like, I don't know, she's always in danger somehow.
But that's where they like clearly fast forward through a lot. Like this the whole movie's on 2x speed.
Okay.
Because in a very short period of time, they've had like one conversation.
Yeah.
And she's like obsessed with him and he's also obsessed with her, but he has like more of a legitimate reason to be obsessed with her, I think. But then like 2 days before, the whole school was showing interest in her and she was deeply uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So it's not really... It probably was explained in the book and I don't remember.
This is what's weird about it, is because he, again, looks like he wants to vomit when he sees her and then shows interest in her. He does that whole like pull back, go after her thing.
Yeah, I actually saw a video recently and it was this guy who's a writer and he's like, this is horrible. It reminded me of when I was a kid and he's like, when I was a boy. And, like, what I thought, like, was okay. Kind of what you're talking about. Like, what I thought was okay or how you were supposed to view dynamics with women.
Yes.
And you're basically putting everything on her.
Yeah.
And so he was even bringing that up of, like, she is a shell. Like, she isn't, like, what is she?
Yeah.
Other than, like, a vessel for his desire and longing.
All she wants to do is, like, turn to be, like, she just wants to fit herself into his life.
Right.
It's weird.
And he was giving the example where he was saying... he would think of what his dream girl was. And it was somebody who, you know, was nice and, like, liked the things that he liked. And it's like, that's not a person.
Right.
That's not a person separate from you. That is exactly what this is. It's a woman that is just, like, wants to be in your life and, like, thinks that you are so cool.
Yes. And
ignores everyone else because all the guys were after her and she just didn't even see them. Which is so fascinating because, again, this was written by a woman.
I know.
And so he was describing it as, like, it felt like it was from the male gaze. Like, the whole storyline.
Yes.
Let's reveal the scores.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
Yes, I need to know.
So, obviously, in season 1, we had episodes 2 through 16. Mm-hmm. There was a quote. The moon and 2024 eclipses. Mm-hmm. The quote was... it's the fluorescence, which you did identify.
Identified? Okay,
you got that one. And then episode 3, aren't people from Arizona supposed to be, like, really tan? You also got that one immediately. Yes! You knew it. So right now you have 2. Episode 4 was Here Comes the Human, which I said with the same affectation in the episode, which is probably how you remembered it. So you got that one. Episode 5, Claire de Luna's great. You also got that one. The Reiki episode with Lisa. Is she even Italian?
Oh, I did, yes.
And you also got that one, too. Yoga episode, the quote was, the golden onion. Oh, and that one was a completely obscure line that is totally missed in the plot. I don't even really remember how I wove that in. It must have been in, like, the bloopers or something.
Maybe.
Maybe we were talking about cooking, and I, like, somehow wove it into a recipe. I think that's what it was. So it was so subtle. Spirit Talk episode with Hallie. The quote was, and you did get this one, you knew it, you started talking, you said, wait, is this a quote?
Yeah, no, I heard.
Death is peaceful, life is harder. In episode 9, that was the universe episode, so signs and symbols and everything. The quote was, purple's cool.
Yes, I got that.
And you got that one too. So 7.
Wow.
Strong.
Yeah.
Strong.
I feel really strong.
Okay. And then it starts falling apart.
Oh, no.
So... So, in episode 10, this was our numerology episode, and I don't just surf the internet. Oh. Do you remember where that was in the movie?
When they all went surfing, probably.
So it was when they were inviting everybody to go to La Push.
Oh.
And then after that is when she goes to talk to Edward and he catches the apple. And she says, oh, we're going to go to the beach. And he's like, oh, I can't go there.
Yeah.
And it's because of the territory thing. It was Eric, the one that you said reminded you of...
Patty Simcox.
Yeah, who's annoying. And then episode 11, that was the Divination Tools episode. Mm-hmm. The line was, "You are my life now."
Ooh, I don't remember where that was.
In the middle of the mossy woods. Episode 12, this was our I Dream with Genies episode. Okay. You got this one, Hold On Tight, Spider Monkey,
oh my God,
which you, of course,
cannot
immediately got. The Spirit Council Akashic Records one. Yes, no, to get to the other side.
Yes.
1.77245. You also got that one. Pretty much like the second he started talking.
Yeah.
Because it was like, yes, no, and you're like, this is it. Like, you knew what it was. I remember
the cadence of it. I was like, this is it.
I'm going to read the other answers.
Okay.
But you got 9. So you got 9 out of 15.
That's impressive.
Which is pretty good.
I'll take it.
Because I had set the bar as I just hope you get 3.
Yeah.
And you got 3 times that.
I love
which
that.
Is good.
Yay me.
For anybody playing along. Episode 14, this was our anxiety episode. The quote was, also the cafeteria scene that we were talking about. What if I'm not the hero? What if I'm the bad guy?
And remember at the beginning, I was like, so she's the hero? Oh,
yes.
Why didn't I?
That is also another very, very famous line. Quoted from the book, cited, associated with the franchise. Mm-hmm. What if I'm not the hero? What if I'm the bad guy? Episode 15, this was our rituals episode. We talked about this one in real time because you missed it, but then we were discussing it. Which was, I had an adrenaline rush. It's very common. You can Google it.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that was much earlier in the movie, and that was after, like, pushing...
Yeah,
he pushed the van.
I was like, why didn't he just tell her?
Which was hilarious, because right after, you were just like, why didn't he just say he had an adrenaline rush? And I'm like, that's literally the quote that's coming in 5 minutes, and then you missed it when it happened. You just went like, exactly! You were so focused on the storyline, you missed the quote.
Oh my God, this is fantastic.
And then the last one, this is another very, very iconic line. This was from our finale episode, our Sinistry episode.
Okay.
And the quote is, say it out loud.
Oh, you're right.
That was also in the woods. That was when she was confronting him by standing away from him, facing the opposite direction. You're a vampire. That's the scene. I would say that you did very well.
I think I did really
9 out of 15 is an excellent score.
I'll take it. I hope you get 1 tomorrow.
I hope I get 1.
Because, like, this you're like, oh, it's part of the franchise. Like, there's a cult following behind this.
Yes.
Like, Anchorman, I don't know if it was just, like, college or whatever. Like, the people I know who have watched it, it's like we all have the same dumb sense of humor. And, like, it's hard to find.
Yeah. This is my personal viewing experience of Twilight.
Yeah.
Is that one of the many times that we watched it, my sister and I sat down and went, these lines are too good.
Yeah.
And we just started writing some down. Purple's cool.
Yeah.
That's a Twilight quote that has nothing to do with Twilight,
and yet
it is.
Yeah.
So it's like your own inside joke.
Yeah.
As Edward said, it's a personal joke. We matriculate a lot of graduation caps. All right, so overall, how would you rate out of 5?
Out of 5?
Yeah.
Okay, don't get mad. I'm going to give it 3 stars.
For what it is.
Because it's not a great movie, but it's a good movie.
It's a good bad movie.
Yes, that's it, yeah. It's like Glitter, yeah.
Glitter? Oh, is that with Mariah?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I liked it. But again, it was a good bad movie.
Yes.
Okay, Renee, we're now going to watch Anchorman, and I just want to preface this with, I don't know how well the movie aged. So please don't judge me.
And I will preface this with, I know when this movie came out, and I expect it won't age well.
Judgment-free zone, folks. Here we go.
I've had a crush on you since I was a little girl. Let's go somewhere.
How long has he been an anchor?
We've been coming to the same bar
Because
for
why a
12
little
years
girl?
now.
She's an adult.
And in no way is that depressing.
It was a different time.
I can't get over what's happening with his chest hair. Because it looks like he has, like, a shirt on.
Yes.
Or it looks like the hair is applied to him. Like, that's not his body.
I think that's his natural hair.
It doesn't look right. It looks...
Maybe they added
fake.
hair?
It looks like scabs. Like, it doesn't even look like little curls of hair. If you are showing up at a party alone, that's the only information we've been given so far. Some guy comes up to you in a bathrobe like this, and he's talking how he's talking, and she, like, has it together. She's clearly not, like, hammered at this party.
Right.
Would have walked away 2 sentences in.
But I'm seeing the connection between him and Edward. Like, he, like, spotted her, he's obsessed with her, and,
Sure.
like, hovering.
Except he also he avoided her at the beginning.
Edward.
He tried to transfer classes. He didn't go up to her and say, like, nice hiney.
That's true. I feel like he's
he looked like he was going to throw up and try to switch classes. She is the Edward right now.
Yes, she's Edward.
You're so wise.
This is like a Buddha. I knew it was coming.
I'm so bad. I'm like giving them all
like
away.
a Buddha covered in hair. No, I remembered the line as he was saying it.
Oh, yeah, I ate a big red candle.
Oh, jeez.
All right, guys.
That's so dumb.
I don't know. Do it, what do you think?
Oh my god.
It's terrible. She has beautiful eyes and her hair smells like cinnamon. Loud noise. Hello, West Mantooth.
Okay.
Hello, Evening News.
These names are outrageous.
Nice clothes, showman.
I love that their insults, like, don't use bad words.
Sorry about that.
I feel like we don't talk as much like that anymore.
No,
We
and
use
I feel
expressions
like
less.
they went over the top.
Yeah.
Trying to touch my breasts, aren't you?
What can I say? I like the way you're put together.
Oh gosh.
Love her.
Good for her. What this makes me think of 222 111.
Oh my god.
What this makes me think of is just the audacity of clearly previous eras and generations of all of these men in charge, and they could just goof around
Oh yeah.
and have it be a boys club or be doing whatever with their secretary and all these other things, and it's like, were they even working?
Oh no.
And then when you talk about remote work now, and it's like people goofing off, it's like people are definitely actually working more than these people were working.
Oh yes.
I don't know, because they haven't said this here. I'm assuming that the other people in the conference room at the beginning, some of them were writers.
Mm-hmm.
Because clearly they just are the faces.
They're just the
the
faces.
stars.
Mm-hmm.
To a degree, it's like they're portraying it like they don't really need to do anything of substance. They just see what's on the screen.
And read
Unlike, what's the girl's name? What's Christina Applegate's name?
Veronica.
Veronica. Clearly, she actually wants to investigate and do work where all of them are just goofing around.
Yeah.
This woman has to work so much harder to get a cat fashion story.
Yes.
And, like, not even be able to. I hope that she goes in there, starts to read it, and then just, like, inserts her own story and just, like, start talking about, like, whatever she wants to talk about.
See what happens. We'll see what happens.
Brian, I'm gonna be honest with you, that smells like pure gasoline. Done studies, 60% of the time.
This is another one.
Mm-hmm.
Every time. That doesn't make sense.
I'm glad he said that.
What is that? It smells like a turd covered in burnt hair.
Oh, that's Judd.
Yeah.
I love that people are just screaming because it smells so bad.
So bad.
That's funny. He didn't even put that much on. He just put it on his neck, right?
Before he goes on, so you know Lizzo plays the flute.
Yes.
Okay, so she did a
Parody?
a parody of the scene that's coming up next.
Okay.
And this is one of the reasons why I love Lizzo so much.
Honestly, I'm not prepared. I really am not prepared at all.
Oh my gosh, he pulled it out of his sleeve. All I think about while seeing this is how did they come up with that?
I have no idea.
That's so random.
So random.
And it must be something personal to the writers.
One of the writers, yeah.
Because it is completely out of left field of him being a really good jazz flautist.
Yeah, like what are
It's
the odds?
so so niche to have this happen.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe how much she was wooed by this flute performance.
Listen, it was a really...
She had a really strong run at the beginning, and she flipped when she saw him doing a jazz flute concert.
That's all it took. I mean, it was a great performance.
I know, but wow.
Storming the castle on my steed, milady.
Now, a lot of these one-liners are great, but they weren't for the podcast.
Right. Okay. Hear me out.
Hearing.
Remember when we watched Twilight and you said, wow, that got intense really fast? This is like the comedy version.
The comedy version,
It is
yes.
the same thing. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, we're 40 minutes into the movie, so we're like a third.
Yeah.
Okay? He plays the jazz flute. And she does a 180 and he gets what he wants 40 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
Where does the film go?
Oh, you'll see.
I mean, okay, I recognize that we just saw like a cartoon fantasy sequence, so where does the film go? I clearly won't be able to predict
No one
it.
knows.
But like, that also moved very fast. It was abrupt.
Very quickly.
Because she's Edward.
Yeah.
She is now putting her arm around him and they're like, screw it, let's go into school together.
Yes.
And he's got the sunglasses on and is smiling. That's what she's doing right now.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I can't wait.
I love that.
Right?
It was a beautiful quartet.
It's so good.
I cannot believe Jack Black kicked his dog off a bridge.
It's like really heartbreaking. Even though this is a silly movie.
That is just like
You're not wrong.
stunning. You're not wrong.
Buy new suits.
Oh wow.
It's like they're so cute, but they're idiots at the same
They
time.
are.
You know what the worst part about it is? She's better than me!
Times are changing. Ladies can do stuff now.
That's right.
You're gonna have to learn how to deal with it.
That's right.
What?
I'm 72% sure I love you is a line that Will Ferrell in real life wrote on a note with flowers that he sent to his wife. So apparently they have like a funny dynamic where they'll say like ridiculous things to each other.
Okay.
And that's one actual true life line he said to his wife that they like
So they
into
put it in the movie. That's cute.
All right. Yeah, so you got all of the quotes except for one. You should lay low for a little while.
No memory of that.
After the fight scene where Brick kills a guy. Right.
Oh, yes.
And Ron
Oh,
was
they were
like,
in the office.
yeah, I've been meaning to talk to you
Yes.
about that. You should find
Okay.
some family close by and lay low for a little while.
Yes. No,
yeah.
okay, I remember that. What episode did you say that in?
15. Okay, so I'm just going to run through these for the listener. In our second episode, The Moon and 2024 Eclipses, we have Afternoon Delight, A Glass Case of Emotion in Don't Blame Astrology for Your Bad Behavior, episode 3. The next quote we have is, and I think this was Renee's favorite, Old Wooden Ship Used During the Civil War Era, episode 4, Life in HD, Human Design. Another fun one, Great Odin's Raven, episode 5, Clearly You're Intuitive. Next, I think this is a staple line, kind of a big deal, in episode 6, Energetics and Reiki with Lisa Caruso. Then there's one rule, no touching of the hair or face, which was in episode 7, Putting the Om in Yoga. In episode 8, the quote was, Don't act like you're not impressed. Another famous quote from this movie, 60% of the time it works every time, was in episode 9, The Universe Really Does Have Your Back. And in episode 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, Tell Me About the Numbers More. Boy, that episode escalated quickly. In episode 11, Divinely Guided, the quote was, Milk was a bad choice. And then we have By the Beard of Zeus, which was in episode 12, I Dream with Genies. In episode 13, Convene the Council and Access the Akasha. The quote is, Many leather-bound books, and it smelled of rich mahogany.
Okay, so I didn't remember you saying the leather-bound books part.
I definitely put it in there. I remember reading it.
Because that's the part where, like, when that scene came up, and then we were kind of talking over it, and so then you were around it, and then I just heard mahogany, and I went, oh, it smells like rich mahogany. Like, that was it?
Yeah. My, like, Hall of Records has many leather-bound books, so I just kind of threw it in there.
Oh, okay.
As a description. Yeah. So in episode 14, Anxious or Intuitive, we had the quote, "You're so wise, you're like a miniature Buddha," for our favorite dog, Baxter. The next one that we just mentioned, "Lay Low for a Little Bit," that was in episode 15, "Ritually Ebbing or Flowing." And in our last episode, episode 16, "Synastry Incompatibility" with Stephanie Powers, the line was, "I think I was in love once." Mm-hmm. But now I know for sure. And that's it. So, Renee, what did you think of my nostalgia movie?
Okay, you had explained your concern that I was going to judge you for this movie. Mm-hmm. Yes, there were some lines here and there. We both knew when they happened. They did not age well. Not acceptable to say now. But knowing that it's supposed to be a period piece as well, you are contextualizing it, so you would excuse some of that stuff. I was sitting here cracking up at many points, or like both of us were laughing, so I do think it was funny, and I totally get why. Was it successful immediately, or did it become a cult classic? And
I feel like it became a cult classic.
Because I feel like it gives off the vibe that it's a cult classic
I
movie.
feel like it's a cult classic.
I can see that in watching it. I think I'll match you. It's like a solid 3.
Yes.
It piqued my interest enough that it's like I would keep going with the follow-up just to see. Because wasn't that made way later?
Yes, it was.
Like over 10 years.
Yeah, it was a while later.
Okay.
Still
I would be
loved
very, very interested to see how that differs.
Yeah.
No, it was definitely funny.
Yay! All right, well, that's it, guys. Renee and I watched each other's, not favorite movie, but like our...
Most
quoted movies.
Not wanting to call it a favorite movie just straight up means that we are judging our own films.
Yeah, we are.
Because for Twilight, for sure, it's like it has a reputation for being bad. And like I've explained, when I first watched that movie, and I was disappointed with it. And yet, I have now seen this movie the most of probably any movies. I don't think this qualifies as so bad it's good. I think this is just a very specific kind of comedy.
Yeah.
And so if it appeals to you, then you're entertained.
Yeah, I agree with that. Well, thanks for coming on another journey with us. And this is your sign to go watch your favorite 3-star movie. And try to convince your friend that it's worth it. Thanks for listening.
If you'd like to learn more, the resources we used to prepare for this episode are listed in the show notes.
You can reach me, Christine, at Channeled by Christine with 1 L on Instagram.
And you can reach me, Renee, at _read by Renee, or connect with both of us via email at synergytosynastry@gmail.com.
Keep your spirit curious and your aura sparkling.
We'll see you when the stars next align. Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice right away.
8 o'clock?
That is outrageous.
Moss grows on the north side of the tree?
Say it.
I have no idea. Why are you commenting on that? This is what I mean. Like, I'm not
There's moss everywhere.